let me start off by asking you, Dave, can you see the screen? Hello?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were counting me.
No, I was saying, can you
Yo,
see?
that's all it. Yo, I don't. Yo, you're a pro. Yo, can we? No, keep that shit. Hold on. Look, can we get a round of applause? That shit sounded like the recording, bro. How'd you do the same tone twice? That's insane. I dead ass was like, all right, he's gonna count me in. I'm like, you're just like, hello, oh, yo, hey, you good at what you do. That boy good. That boy good. Yo, I swear to God, that was I don't know how
And because you gave me
shit.
props, I'm leaving this part in. But here we go. So I got rid of the other
guys.
stuff.
We took a quick. We was just break the kayfabe. We took a quick break because I was gonna literally piss myself.
Yeah.
So I told him, all right, I left a little thing there so it'd be easy to kind of pick up. And dude said it this like tones and every. I was sitting here waiting for the 1, 2, 3. Got nothing. My man's like, yo, he is just not with it. No, I was just fooled. I was bamboozled. That was crazy. My mind is fucking blown on that.
Flam, David. This is literally what I do.
Holy
dude.
shit! The toad dough. You gotta run that back. Like you gotta like go back and listen to that shit twice. That shit was crazy. I don't know how you did that. I know I'm like going over the top with this, but that shit blew my mind, dude.
Literally what I do. Okay.
Oh my God. All right, let's go.
But can you see the screen?
I can see the screen.
Okay.
God damn it. 3 times. No, I'm just kidding.
So for those of you out there, I tried looking for the match on YouTube. I can't find it in full, so I'm on the Peacock streaming site. Obviously, you search in WrestleMania. WrestleMania is the one show in WWE on the section in Peacock where you can look at the seasons and it gives you the actual number. For the other ones, you have to fucking guess. I don't know. It's not labeled properly. But season 13 of WrestleMania is literally WrestleMania 13, obviously, right? So you just go to season 13, and I'm going to give you the timestamp. It is 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 7 seconds. Bret Hart's
7 seconds.
Bret Hart's hands is on his head. It's about to transition into the match. Again, for copyright reasons, I cannot play the audio, but I will kind of half-ass commentary call what I see so that you guys at home can get an idea of what we're looking at, and Dave and I are just going to be naturally just watching it and making our comments, basically. Essentially is what we're going to be doing here. Hence, the watch-along, because you'll get a chance to watch along with us. So, WrestleMania 13, really quickly. This was Stone Cold Steve Austin's favorite building, baby.
Hold on. Don't do the rundown. Don't do the rundown. Let's get into the match because I got a few things. I got a few things I want to ask as they're bouncing around. We're gonna talk over it. You're gonna give us that while we're in the match.
While we're in the match. Okay, so hold on. So
we're in the match.
Well, we will call it in the ring. Here we go.
We're gonna call it in the ring. Again, they can't hear it or see it.
Yeah.
So let's give them something. Now, before you do this, I'm the master at this. All right.
Okay.
This is what we do. This is what our group of friends used to do before Discord stream shit.
Okay.
So for the people watching, if you do want to follow along, we're at, like he said, 1 hour, 21 minutes, 7 seconds. And what you should do is give them a countdown to 3.
That's what I was going to do.
On 3, everyone hit play at the same time. That way we're all on the same frame.
Okay.
All right.
I was just going to do that. So here we go. How do you guys do it? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3 on 3. Not go, none of that shit. Just 1, 2, 3.
Here we go. And 1, 2, 3. Play. There we go. And we're
all here. We go. Now,
flashbulb.
Give me some. What's going on here, dude?
All right, so we are at the Rosemount Horizon, Stone Cold Steve Austin's favorite building, and we've got a jacked, yoked, young Ken Shamrock.
Absolutely.
Look at those delts, those lats. This man's in amazing shape. For his hair, by the way, is gel to absolute perfection. That is the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, making his return to pro wrestling after a lengthy and successful UFC run. The former Pancreas heavyweight champion. This man knows a lot about shoot fighting and getting in the ring. That's why he was assigned this matchup as the referee. This is his debut in WWE.
Was he the first UFC guy
to go to WWE? To go into WWE, is that what you're
Yeah,
asking?
yeah, to go into it.
I would think officially on the big stage, sure. Here comes
Yeah,
Stone Cold. Bam, the glass, baby. Da 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 da. Here comes he's talking, he's walking, the bald-headed menace of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Get your hands off me, you damn dirty goon. We are in the Rosemount Horizon, just outside the shadow of Chicago, Illinois. And this was the beginning of the greatest double turn in wrestling history. Steve Austin spent several weeks, several months as the heel, as the bad guy who was tormenting the good guy, the fan favorite Bret the Hitman Hart. In this match, however, Steve Austin has such a badass performance. There is a turn. By the end of this match, Stone Cold will be the babyface, Bret Hart will be the heel. Many people thought for years that it was just organic. Look at Steve Austin telling Shamrock, I will slap the fucking gel right out of your top of your head if you fuck me over in this matchup. And this was actually planned. We found out later that was the idea, that we're going to have a match that showcased one way in the beginning, and then by the end of it, they wanted to make sure Steve Austin was getting cheered. Mission is accomplished.
But it was done so well, you're saying, that like people felt like it accidentally happened?
For years it felt like the crowd had turned on them, and we find out later that the plan was to get them to turn. So that was awesome.
What a fucking feedback to get, where you're like being strategic, like this is why we're gonna pull it off, and it goes over so well that you don't even respond. Like, you shouldn't respond to it. The kayfabe is alive.
Fucking Bret Hart, oiled to the gills. The man is shining. Look at those pecs. Sweet Jesus.
Can I just say, I don't know what it is about Bret Hart, dude, but he always looks like he smells amazing.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, definitely. Like a lavender smell to him.
And it's no cologne. That's all musk, baby.
Here's
musk.
Here's the part I never understood as a kid. Now I get it. Like when he comes out of the entrance, he's got the jacket on. He's greased to the hilt for sure. But when he takes off the jacket, he's greased everywhere. So I'm like, you greased up and then put on a leather jacket? That sounds wildly uncomfortable. But here we are in the ring. Bam! And here we go. Double leg takedown. Steve Austin. Pistol like right hand, as JR used to say back in the day. And this is the whole idea. This is a submission match, but at the same time, this is the first time where you have a stipulation involving submissions where the idea wasn't just holds. Because you could beat a man into fucking submission. And that's the idea that they took here. This is Bret Hart said it the best in the interview. We wanted to have a playground-like fight. Just two guys from the schoolyard just beating the teetotal shit out of each other. Yeah. And that's what the match starts off here. You see right hands. That's it. It's a slugfest in a submission match.
So real quick, while we're in the beginning throwing blows and knocking each other's faces right off of our heads, how did we get here with these two? Like, how did we get to this point where inevitably we had the switch?
Well, first off, look at that slam into the post there. Steve Austin is seeing stars. Suplex attempt. Block. No, block. The security guard said they're not coming this way. And the security guard gets kicked in the head for his stupidity. Bret Hart lost the championship WrestleMania in 1996. Here's a stiff clothesline to the outside. And Bret Hart took some time off, healed some injuries, did some TV. He was gone from March of 96 to November. So about 6 months or so. During that time, Steve Austin started developing the Stone Cold character. And he was a heel, and he wanted to face the top babyface. And besides Shawn Michaels, the next best thing at the time was Bret Hart. So upon Bret Hart's return, Steve Austin, and now they're fighting in the crowd. Crowd work here.
Was that Ludacris?
If it wasn't Ludacris, it was Ludacris's daddy. Here goes the beverage. Here's a cold one for you, Bret. And so Stone Cold Steve Austin started calling out Bret, started calling him names, started treating him like he was some common bitch.
Just kind of picked on him.
Picked on him a little bit, and that was the reason they gave Bret Hart to return back to the WWE. They had a match at Survivor Series that was a regular match, and it was a barn burner, a Hall of Fame match on its own right. Look, he's going to take the whole rack of snacks, and Bret Hart said, no, you're not going to fuck over my boy for the evening. He gets his money for every product sold. You're not going to fuck my guy over. Bam, right hands. He's defending the working man. The blue collar. He goes Ken Shamrock in the tightest shirt I've ever seen a referee wear in the history of wrestling. He's wearing a medium right now. This is not good. Oh, look, even the fans have leather coats. That's amazing. The 90s. You had to be there, folks.
I was gonna say this was a good year, man. These
Yeah.
were the years.
So this was 97, March of 97.
He's
So,
rubbing Bret Hart's head, bro.
yeah, he
That's
is.
crazy.
That's the fans.
You will get stiffed for that.
Yeah, exactly. Look at this asshole wearing an NWO shirt to fucking WrestleMania. What a dickhead. What a
Always that. There's always that
yeah.
one fucking guy.
Yeah, look at the size
If
of that.
you're that
yeah.
guy, dude, especially in that time, go fuck yourself. How about that?
Fucking look at the security in their red windbreaker jackets trying to cross them. Oh, and a suplex or a backdrop. They look more like a backdrop. My bad. But the security team all wrapped in red. Some of these motherfuckers have never seen the inside of a fucking sports arena.
There. I think Ken Shamrock is doing more security than the security.
Well, Shamrock says back up, you back up. So to get back to the story here, Stone Cold and Bret Hart had a match at Survivor Series that was a barn burner. Then they wouldn't let it go. They kept attacking each other. They get to the Rumble, and Stone Cold screws Bret Hart out of the Royal Rumble. Then they had a match in February pay-per-view in a four-way, including Vader and Taker to lead to WrestleMania. And both men screwed each other out of that, so it led to a blow-off match here at WrestleMania, submission match between Bret and Shane. And he throws him over the rail like a sack of garbage. And that's what he's treating him. Look at this guy using the fucking everything. He's using the guardrails. Bam! Sledge in the back of the head. Nothing fancy. He's not going to make a mistake. Double replay here of Bret selling his groin.
There's no selling, man. This isn't today. Those are real rails. There is no padding on that, boys.
Which means his testicles.
No padding. All nuts.
All balls to the steel. I know you're saying he wore a cup. Yeah. Wear a cup and then take a steel guardrail to the fucking nuts and tell me how well you
worse.
feel.
God forbid that cup snaps. Oh, my God.
There it goes. Look at this guy. He is fucking seething. Yeah, double birds for the Canadian hero and then a sledge to the side of the goddamn dome, and both men are down. This is one of those examples. This match, I think, is one of the reasons why it's such an iconic match, and here goes Stone Cold selling all the way up. The idea that a wrestling match should appear like a struggle. This is what they're talking about. Look at this guy. I'm going to hit this motherfucker with the steps. You saw that bend back?
I was going to say, did he get injured in this match?
No,
that would have been the moment.
He just sold it like a fucking monster. Look at this. Right hand. Disrespectful as fuck. This is what you see. This is how you behave in a match with somebody you don't like. See, when you don't like someone, you don't collar elbow tie up and then just go through the spots. You take a motherfucker by the neck and you punch him repeatedly in the face. That's how you
one of the things I'm noticing here is the lack of padding on a lot of these things.
Oh, this was the 90s, bro.
You start to appreciate those like really rounded end posts now that like are very hollow.
Boom. Look at Steve Austin. I'm not trying to interrupt you. Oh, fuck your hand too. While we're at it. Fuck your head and your hand. And then he grabbed him by the hand he stepped on. Look at that, disrespectful as fuck. Watch this. Bam. Look at that spinning neck breaker. High and tight. I don't think Steve knew which way he was going. So he was like, fuck it. Take my body. I trust you. So there goes Bret Hart. Bret Hart's already breathing deep. This guy was a fucking master. Uses the ring.
Is this Ken Shamrock's first appearance? In the ring?
On WWE television. On a pay-per-view, yes. He had done...
this is his first work.
Yeah, so he had appeared on a few Raws beforehand to build up toward this match. But this is his first actual work. Bam,
yeah, but this is his first work.
Yes.
Because he's moving like he's been reffing for a very fucking long time.
Well, he's behaving like a sports ref. A sports ref is supposed to be out of the fucking way. He knows how that looks. Bam! That's old school. I used to use that move earlier in my career. I stopped doing it because motherfuckers didn't know how to sell it. Look at this motherfucker. I don't quit. Fuck you. Two birds. I used to do that move a lot. A lot of motherfuckers don't know how to sell it. A lot of my in-ring work from back in the day is a lot like this because that's who I grew up watching, those elbows to the fucking knee over and over. Look at him working a body part. Bam, jolt that. That's supposed to have an effect on the joints. That pulls your knee back. That shit hurts. 1,000 times over. Look, he's gonna heal it. Ooh, that's no science behind that, folks. Just a straight punch to the fucking kneecap. How about that?
It's one thing that's extremely apparent to me when I watch these old matches, and I hate it. Oh, that shit hurts.
Devastating.
It's the transitions between actions, if that makes sense. Like one thing nowadays that really drives me nuts, and men do it too, but I think women are like the worst when they do this shit, is telegraphing and or waiting in place for the next thing to happen.
Selling his asshole.
even in these moments,
Bam!
I know he's like damn, hit him with the stunner
I was gonna say,
already.
hit him with the stunner. He used the stunner to get him the fuck off of him. He was like, "Please stop hitting me, motherfucker. My knee hurts." And he dropped him with the
Whooping
Stone
his
Cold Stunner.
ass. Yeah, yeah, working the league.
Finish
But
your
yeah,
point, yeah.
they have each person had like, and I'm not saying everyone, just like the high level had their way of like transitioning those moves. Like when
Oh, look at
Austin is
that.
waiting on the apron
There
for
it
him
is
to
again.
turn around,
Yep.
he really does look stunned, Brett, when he turns around and gives him the bird. Like the transitions just felt like you weren't waiting for the next move. I'm on top of you, actually, like it's an actual fight. Instead of you having my hand cocked back for 2 seconds while you turn around because you're not properly in place.
Yep, here we go. Ring post figure 4. Bret Hart was famous for this one right here.
These are
Bam.
devastating, like in real life. I don't ever want that done to me.
It's
With hate
funny
behind
because
it.
in reality, that other leg is almost playing no role, which is kind of what makes it worse. Because in order for this to not actually murder him, Bret's got to balance his weight on his shoulders. If he
Sure,
can't get a good grip on that, he's gonna fuck you up with that. Because if he
sure.
wants to
But
be a dick, if he wants to be a dick, all he has to do
yep,
is just lean up and then put all his fucking weight on
that's
that
where I
leg,
was going with it,
and that's it.
because that's where the expertise comes in. But the
Yeah,
second this guy doesn't like you,
yeah,
all he's got to do is put the weight on your ankles that he's holding,
yep.
and it's game over.
That's it.
For
Game
your
over. He's
knees,
gonna pull your whole
your
fucking leg out.
hips, everything.
Here goes Bret Hart now over to the outside where he's going for the ring bell.
Ooh, the classic ring bell.
That's it. How many WrestleMania video game, how many No Mercies did y'all motherfuckers hit people with that ring bell? Ding! Over and over. I
Hey,
know.
listen, N64 WrestleMania, there was two things I was reaching in the crowd for: is a stop sign and a ring bell.
Yeah, the stop sign was fucking god tier too. Now we've got the steel chair. By the way, folks, in case we didn't mention it, it is a submission match. And in this particular submission match, there are no disqualifications. He's going to Pillmanize me to try to break that ankle. That's a term in the industry, Pillmanize, because Steve Austin first did it to, it's been used before that, but it was most infamously used to break Pillman's leg, and there goes Bret Hart with that jaw-jacking Steve Austin. Look at that. And this is one of the reasons why.
I love that. I love that.
Look at this. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this motherfucker. And this is one of the reasons why the turn was so effective, because even though, as a bad guy, if you think about it, he came in the bad guy, Bret came in the good guy, but Austin is getting the fucking shit kicked out of him. And he won't stop. He does not stop. That's where the whole toughest SOB in WWF
But he's selling it like a pro too, even in those moments where it's supposed to be high adrenaline. So air quotes, pain goes away. He's still very stiff on that leg. Like right now, look, he's moving, but he's fucking stiff. You can tell that hurts like a motherfucker.
Because it's the art of selling correctly. People hear half of it and only do half of it. So people, like whenever you see a fighting spirit moment, right? They're going to chair shot, bam. And people say, well, he fired up. That's why he's not selling anything. He fired up. His adrenaline's pumping. So, that takes care of the nerve endings, but your muscles still hurt. Your leg is still locked. Bam, there's an elbow drop.
That elbow's devastating, dude. It's literally to the fucking, like, the breast of your chest, like at the top. Right where the clavicles like fucking meet, man. That shit looks like it hurts.
And if you notice, they're being very diverse. There's a kick there to the stomach by Steve Austin. They're being very diverse in their offense. Clotheslines, punches. That's all stuff that people do now. But now we've got
look at
elbows.
The emotion, the camera in their face. No shame. Put the camera in the kid's face. Watch him cry.
Russian leg sweeps. Suck a dick. How many guys are using that now? Oh, look at Steve Austin with the leg submission, baby. How about that? Pull that arm back, twist that neck. Come on, quit, you bitch. Let's go. Fucking tap out, you fucking clit-wearing asshole. Take that shit off. You look like a vulva. Say I quit, motherfucker. He's in there talking wild. Look at Bret. Just turn that fucking neck sideways. Ken's in there, too, by the way. And I'm just noticing now, based on his position, are those bicycle shorts while we're at it? Or are those actually oh, my God. That ghoulish figure. Was that Stu Hart? Oh, shit, Jesus, that was Bret's dad, or the spirit of his dad. I can't tell. He goes to go turn him now in the walls of Jerkino. The old fasting Boston crab. And that was the cameraman's excuse to show more of Ken Shamrock's biceps and triceps, which are massive, by the way. His shoulders or amazing?
It's the delts that
It's the
I'm
delts.
sold on.
Yeah.
It's the delts.
It's the delts.
Baby delts is a phrase never used towards Ken Shamrock. That's for sure.
No. This man could fucking shoulder tackle a refrigerator. Look at that guy. Jesus Christ. Bret Hart's reaching. Fight. Fight, you son of a bitch. There you go. Grabs the bottom rope. He has to the count of 5, a referee. He has until the count of 5 before disqualification. He has to stop at 4. I wish people would stop saying that. That's why I'm making the joke. I have until 5. No, you have until 4. 5 was a disqualification, you prick. Here you go. Oh, he's going to try to steal his move, and he's doing it wrong because he doesn't know how to fucking do a sharpshooter. He has no fucking... That's why he got eye gouge. I'm not turning in this mess. Fuck you. I'm not going to ruin my hold. I don't bend that way.
Get this one off.
Yeah, I don't bend that way.
Executed.
You fucking dickhead. Get off me, bitch. Wonderfully put here. The selling is top tier. The fucking energy level is high. They're fucking still going for it. They've been going almost over 10 minutes now. And they're still cooking high. There's been no lulls. Even when they haven't been doing moves together, they've been striking. They're moving. Boom.
Yeah, but that's why back in the day, those Iron Man matches were so impressive. Because they didn't work like they work today. Which don't get me wrong, I think the way they work today is a lot smarter.
Yeah.
And it doesn't put as many miles on your wrestler. But in these days, I remember you getting gassed about Iron Man matches because they would fucking go.
Well,
what is that, 60 minutes?
Here's an important part here. Bam.
Oh.
He throws him into the ring. That one asshole fell mad late. I don't know what the hell his deal was, but he fell mad late.
So did, the cameraman get in the way? What happened there?
So it was an Irish whip into the guardrail, I guess you could say. Look, and now he's attacking him here. So Steve Austin hits the guardrail, and now Bret's trying to open him up. He is actually busted wide the fuck open right now on that guardrail.
Because he fell short. He definitely cracked his head on the guardrail.
Well, 100%. That was the idea.
He's leaking right now.
That was the idea.
Are you saying he tripped that way on purpose?
Yes. He had already gigged before that. The railing was an excuse. So here's the deal with. Here goes the instant replay. Watch again now. Here goes the Irish whip counter. The only hitch in the giddy up.
I got it.
It would have been flawless if the fucking guy sitting there wouldn't have been sitting there when he ran to the railing.
That or if he didn't move. I think he got nervous and moved and got in his way. If he would have just stayed where the fuck he was at, Austin would have went around him.
Yes, I think that was the better way to go. He just panicked and didn't want to be in the way. But
he got nervous.
But he got in the way.
Said, oh, no.
So now we've got a bloody Steve Austin. For the record, for those of you folks who haven't heard the story and don't know, at this time...
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Is this the scene? Is this the match with the infamous...
Yes, the bloody face. Yes.
We'll
get there. I told you you've seen something of it.
No, I don't remember the match. This
Look at that.
Is very new to me.
I
remember that.
He
Classic.
is pouring blood. There was
some of the best color you can ask for.
Right now. It's the best you can ask for, and in this situation, because in WWE, I just look at them, open them up. That's how you open them up in the business, baby. You got.
I'm sorry, but when you're cut, you're going to get the most realist punches in wrestling.
Yes, because you're trying to get all the blood rushing to the head. Yep. Those are real shots.
I'm actually going to snuff you from here on to the rest of the
That is live rounds, folks. You're seeing live rounds right now. He is hitting him for real. Maybe not with all of his might, but he's hitting because that's where all the blood has to go.
You don't need it, dude. You're cut. You're like, you know what I mean? Like, you're already wounded, catching knuckles to the face.
In 1997, there was a very strict no blood policy.
Love that elbow.
That was a no blood policy. You were not allowed to bleed. In this matchup, Bret told Steve, "We're gonna get color tonight," and Steve said, "Well, what's the old man gonna think? What's Vince gonna say?" And Bret goes, "I'll handle the old man." So they went against they broke the rules here. They got a little color, and Vince got pissed. He fined Bret. Bret got in trouble, but he said, "You know what? We needed it to make Steve," and he was right.
Thank you for paying for this moment.
Yep. And now look, here goes how this is how you do a fucking sharpshooter.
This is how you're supposed to do it.
This is how you're supposed to do it, asshole. And then, how's that? How's your fucking eye? You love your retina? Fuck your retina. Just like that. Boom. And folks, I know this is an amazing match, but Shamrock's never looked fucking better. Look at this fucking guy, jacked to the gills. Look at those pecs. It's coming through the shirt.
He's doing an excellent work on this match, though. By the way,
I feel like that shirt was painted on. That's not a real shirt. It's not real fabric. He's just.
It's all skin.
It's all skin.
Damn,
Has to
dude.
be. Bam! Look at those shots. Bam, bam. Who throws punches like that now? Those clean, concise shots. Bam! Oh, what's the capital of Hong Kong? Bangkok, bitch. Have a seat. Down he goes. The twigs and berries are in distress, and look at Bret singing the high note. For the next few seconds, Bret will be the soprano of a lifetime while Stone Cold fights for his fucking life and vision. Where is the top rope, motherfucker? Help me out here. I like how Ken's being unbiased. He's not helping Steve in any way. He hasn't touched a single person.
That ring is painted right
Covered
now.
in it. Here we go. Now the motherfucker is all hyped up. Bam! That chest bump is legendary. I love that shit. He's talking. He's jacking. Fuck you, motherfucker. Here it
He's
comes.
numb at this point. He don't feel nothing.
Boom.
Fired up.
He's fixing to stomp a mud hole in him and walk it dry.
Dry.
Bam. Buff mud hole stomps, bitch. That fucking stomp is so goddamn disrespectful.
That last one was disrespectful.
That was disrespectful, son. He's feeling it. He's feeling himself.
He's been literally punched in his face for the past 10 minutes now, so you can get one off.
He's got Bret on the top rope. Now, I trust both of these men with my body for sure, but well, you know, all homo implied. But it's here we go over the second rope of the suplex. That was a safe way to do it. With that kind of a head injury, who knows what would have happened if he came off the top. That was smart. That was safe, and it still looked good. And look at that.
Damn,
look at that. He is covered in it. Look at this dude, Steve Austin, bleeding out of his goddamn head.
His fucking blood is like molasses, dude. That shit is thick.
And I didn't think about this at the time, but as a professional now looking at this, the fact that he's bald, I think just kind of makes it even fucking crazier because you just see
because the hair kind of soaks it.
Yeah, it gets matted. This motherfucker's got wiring. What the hell? He's just
extension cord.
They're just grabbing shit. Yeah, look at it. He's just grabbing shit. Look at, I can submit a motherfucker right here. Choke. Stop breathing, bitch. Submit. They're out here and they're talking to each other, and you can barely
this how we doing in Texas.
Yeah.
Look
Perfect.
at that Bell's.
That is one of the most brilliant bell shots I've ever seen in my life. I'm not saying it just now, but I thought that the minute that I saw it, because he can't see Steve behind him. He doesn't know how close, how far. He can't really tell. He overshoots Bret, but not by a lot, and it was safe. And here it comes. Here comes the big move. Bam. Sharpshooter in, spin that bitch. How many playgrounds, how many schoolyards saw a motherfucker put another motherfucker in a sharpshooter, and Ken's in there talking to him. Steve, do you give up with your fucking hands? Do you give up? He's giving him the syllables. And I'm saying that for real because I remember the audio from watching it where it's just like there it is.
The moment and the drip. Oh,
no, that's not the moment yet. That's not the moment yet. He's gonna sell it. Watch. He's going to dig. Watch. He's struggling now, but he's going to give it one last gasp. He's going to dig one hand into the mat, dig the second hand into the mat, and then he's going to do a push-up, and that'll be the last gasp. Watch. And then you'll see the blood really pour out. Watch. Here it comes. Shout. Ken's in there. Do you give up? Oh, he's getting tired. He's getting sleepy. But bam, one. Here it comes. He is situated. Bam, two. Now here comes motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Fuck yeah. That's the shirt right there. No, you motherfucker. Come on. Don't get off of me, you piece of shit. He's gonna break the hold. He broke the hold. Or did he? Ken say no, he didn't tap out. Now watch, this is more selling. Steve knows he's not completely out of the hold. He broke his footing, not the hold. Bret regains himself, goes back into the sharpshooter. Beautiful. Reach for the ropes. He's going, there's the crimson mask, baby. He's going, the back of his head is red. That's how much fucking blood is pumping in his body.
Crazy.
Do you give up, Steve? Do you give up? Do you give up? He says nothing. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Get off of it. He's out. Release the hold, motherfucker. There it is. Boom. Don't make me take this fucking shirt off. Release the hold, motherfucker. And that is it. Stone Cold Steve Austin did not quit, did not submit. The referee, this match is over, and its official finish is due to ref stoppage. He did not submit. But that's still it works on both levels. He didn't submit, so he comes out a hero. But then again, you look the other way, Bret beat him into submission. He beat him so bad, the referee had to fucking call it. So it works on both ends. So there goes Bret. He's getting a mixed reaction.
That was a classic. That was a classic way back in the day. I think they kind of started to like lean into that more, which is why it kind of slowed down. But like that was a surefire way to make your badass not be a quitter.
Yeah.
And die on his sword, but still lose the match. And this was like, I wouldn't say the beginning of it. I don't know the history of that, but this is when I remember it kind of being, it started being like that. Like, oh, how can he's a badass? How can he submit? And then it's like, oh, he just passed out.
Well, that's the thing. After this, they protected that. He never submitted again until way later. I think when he turned heel, he gave Kurt Angle a submission win. Oh, wait, Bret's not finished with him. I'm going to finish him here. And King goes, no, that's over. Leave the man alone. I said leave him alone. Respect the shirt, bro. Back up. No. And Bret goes, no. I'm going to finish him off. He's been fucking with me. He's been talking shit about my parents. And King goes, but the shirt, motherfucker. No, gut wrench. Bam. Now I done told you to get the fuck off this man. No. Knuckle up. Go ahead. You see these delts, motherfucker.
The infamous Ken Shamrock stance.
Yep, there you go. He's ready to go. He didn't put on that shirt just for play. Okay? He can go too.
Let me tell you something. We can all
look how hyped he is.
Guys, listen, dude, he's crushing this. A lot of guys can relate when you're that guy and someone takes you off your feet. Yeah. It's like like your manhood's been stripped from you. You know what I mean? What do you do when you turn around? Look. He got the I eat ass face. Yeah. What do you do when you turn around? The guy that did that will beat the fuck out of you if you do something.
He second guessed it after he got tossed. Yeah.
With the I eat ass face, nobody brings it up because you can't do anything.
You see the mixed reaction though? He's high fiving people and flipping off the other ones. Like it's right in the middle, right there. Shortly after this, we would have the reunion of the Hart Foundation, and Steve would go on to be one of the biggest babyface ever. Look at this motherfucker just covered in it. Ken leaves the ring now because he's not going to get any more blood on that referee shirt that he needs to. Here comes a regular average ref, and he gets a stunner for his goddamn problems.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That was the
he sold it
not to sell.
Yeah, he sold that with a sit-down, so there you go.
He could have hurt himself.
And that's why he
bad.
wasn't the referee for this matchup, because he's frail, like a fucking Fabergé egg. And here comes Steve. Here comes Steve Austin on one fucking leg, bleeding like a stuffed pig, still selling the fucking body, yep. And he's getting the response from the fans. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your Hall of Fame moment. I haven't stopped it yet because I want to see. There's a quick scene. I don't want to fast forward because there's a watch along, but we'll keep it going here. Steve is still selling the leg. He's trying to clear his eye for the vision because that's I learned that one from a few people that when you start bleeding like that, be careful about getting blood in your eye because it'll change your vision up. Yeah, it starts to darken things. It gets red. So it's like it's weird.
It doesn't just wipe out like tears, man.
It tints you for a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta like rinse that shit out.
Yeah, rinse it, Visine up, get that shit off of your fucking lenses. He's selling it all the way through the fucking tunnel. I don't want to.
I mean, how much of this is actually just a sell? Because they went bell to bell.
Yeah, it's totally work, but still. Now, we got the scene here with the three guys in the table. They're talking. It's JR. It's Vince McMahon. It's the King. There's the shot.
Vince is pissed.
Vince is pissed. There's the shot. Look at the pool. It's pools. There's pools of blood on that fucking... And by the way, no hardcore match. This wasn't a hardcore match. With the exception of him hitting the railing and the bell shot and the wire, it wasn't a whole lot.
Punches, man.
Yeah, it was a fist fight for the most part. And now we're going to stop it here. 1 hour, 51 minutes, 8 seconds. So that is our watch along there of the Hall of Fame inducted match of Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Damn, what was that? 23 minutes? 25 minutes?
Over 30 minutes.